Talk time where the topics are real, relevant, and relaxing. And here's Lady O.
All right, thanks, Tracy. I'll drink to that. Welcome to Tea Talk, ladies and gentlemen. And you are definitely in for a treat. I've got my little peacock on this morning. I was feeling kind of, like I needed my peacock. I was even wanted to wear my t-shirt. I just couldn't find it this morning. But anyway, welcome to Tea Talk. And we want to get started right away because we have some wonderful, wonderful things to share with you today. I have a very special guest, and I'm super excited about having her on. And we have some things we're going to be telling you. So go ahead right now and share with somebody that you know needs to remember that Tea Talk is on. They may have forgotten, may have gotten distracted, but tell them get on. We're going to have some great information for you today. And we're particularly going to be talking about an up-and-coming conference. You know, I love conferences. I love women conferences because I love women. So I want you to tell people again, they're going to hear some really good information about a conference that's coming up. Hi, Lisa. I see Lisa's there, and Deborah and Gail Taps. I see you on. Y'all get some more people on because this is going to be great. Get your questions ready that you want to know about the conference and about anything dealing with women. You know, I tell this story about how when I first started doing women's conferences, I had a particular lady, and she would say, every year I'd ask her to come, buy a ticket coming out. And she said, oh, I don't do women. And I was like, what do you mean? You're a woman. This is not that kind of conference. This is a conference where it's all about you. It's all about helping you. It's about going out and making new friends and sharing with another sister, building each other up. Ladies, we need each other. So don't shut us out because we're women. You're a woman too. So you need to be having yourself there and your daughters and your granddaughters. They need to see us as women pulling together, lifting each other up, not tearing each other down and being competitive, right? So make sure you get everybody on. And hello, Sister Etta, I see you there. Y'all make sure that you're sharing with other people that, okay, I see Sister Linda and Delara Washington. They're on. Y'all are spreading the word because I want to make sure that everybody hears this. Then once you get on, you're going to make sure that you need to be sharing with someone else. Just like someone else shared the good news with you, then you share with someone else. All right? Now, so without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and bring my special guest on because I can't wait for you to hear her. And she is none other than my sister in love, Dr. Pamela Ogletree. Let's welcome her to Tea Talk, guys. Give her a hand clap.
Thank you.
So excited, sis. We call each other sis. Hey, sis.
Hey, sis.
I am so super excited to have you on today. And we're going to get to know more about you, about what you do, and about this wonderful conference that's coming up. So why don't you tell us the name of the conference and a little bit, and then we'll come back to getting more information about it because I really want them to know about you. What is the theme or the title of your conference that you have?
Well, first I have to say, sis, I'm going to do professional. Thank you, Dr. Evelyn Ogletree, Lady O, for this opportunity to be on Tea Talk. I am very humbled and honored. And first of all, I'm just so excited that you're doing this because, women and tea, what else? Women talking and tea. Who could do it any better than us? And we love that. And so I wanted to say thank you for that, and for Bishop and for the vision and all of that, getting that out the way. So yes, we are very excited that we are having an upcoming conference that you'll be definitely a participant. You're actually closing us out on our Saturday day, and it is coming up this weekend. And that is Saturday, September the 17th. We're starting at 10 o'clock. It's at our church, New Destiny Praise and Worship Center, where we have an awesome Bishop Ethan Ogletree, Senior. And he is supporting this. Oh, you already know. So Bishop W. Ogletree Sr., who is
with my pastor,
my pastor, my bishop, and my all of that in one. And he definitely always supports us as the women in ministry. And so this weekend, we're very excited. Our team has been planning. And I also saw Minister Lisa on here. Whoop, whoop. She's one of our core team members. I saw her signing in. So hopefully she's getting the word out to the other ladies. But it's called the Empowerment Summit. And we call it empowerment because we have different types of conferences, you know, as women and as a church, but in particular with the vision of our bishop and that for the women in our church and community, we really wanted to focus on, we definitely going to be biblically sound, but this is really more about empowering for the marketplace.
Yes. Wow.
You know, because we know that God has gifted us to serve, but it's not just, we get lost thinking that we serve only in the four walls. And we are all gifted to make an impact in the kingdom, Lady O, and I know you know this. So that focus of this weekend is bringing in guests like yourself who do ministry outside of the concrete walls at our address of the location of our church and marketplace ministry. And that's something very near and dear to my heart. So we want to empower women by hearing other empowered women such as yourself come to speak about what God is doing in their life, some ups, some downs, some struggles, and how God has kept you in the midst of the manifestation of your visions.
Amen. Well, we're going to come back and talk more about that in a little bit, but I wanted to get that out there first so people can see what they're about to hear about, and so that they will share with other women. Get on, you're going to hear about this and get all that out. But we'll come back at the end and reinforce that. So tell me about how you started doing women's conferences. I know you're first lady, so you might want to kind of go back. When you became a first lady, did you start doing women's conferences right away?
No, as you know, when you're starting a church, especially we are a church plant, so we started from our home, and you know, with just the 4 or 5 people, you can't do a conference with 4 or 5 people. You do a gathering. We were doing a gathering of the women and gathering at Starbucks, you know, because we had no location. And so from that, it's building relationships and hearing the hearts of women. And from that was birthed out that what God shared with me, that nobody knows a sister like a sister. And so I say that frequently because I think we can get so the impact of conferences is powerful, but the connections that come through conferences is what's important. And so, you know, I think even more so now, with everything that everybody has gone through in the last couple of years. And we want to connect as sisters. We want to empower. We want to encourage. But we also want to equip, Lady O. And I think for a long time back in previous time, women would just get together, but they wouldn't always empower each other. Right. They wouldn't always equip each other. And I think they do it in the marketplace. So why can't we do it in God's place? So as God started having more women become a part of our fellowship, we just started growing my heart and my particular gift of Bible studies. So we were doing more Bible studies, and as the Bible studies were growing, and as they were bringing women in, then we stepped into conferences. But it was still to keep that connection and the closeness and the intimacy.
I wanted to bring that out first because we need to understand as women, why do we have conferences? Do we need conferences? And the truth is, we do need to have a conference where we can come together as women so that no one knows a woman like a woman, a sister like a sister.
Like a sister, yes.
Why not come together so we can connect? And so I tell the women when we have our conferences, you need to go with the intentions of trying to find a new friend, Trying to connect with another sister, not so much that you're connecting. A lot of times people go to conference, they connect, just trying to pull from everybody else, pull. You need to come back to connect. And when you connect, you give some and you get some.
Absolutely.
And so when you come to these conferences, I think that women, y'all need to really make plans to come, get your babysitter, put everything, the cleaning and the cooking and all that stuff to the side, because you need to come and sit down somewhere and to be poured into and to pour out and connect.
Absolutely.
So women do need that. And I know you're even in the counseling field where you do some counseling with mental issues and depression and stuff like that. So as a counselor, how do you see that connecting even to the mental and emotional part of a woman? How could that help by coming to conferences and gathering and connecting?
Well, that's a great question. And I think to answer it from my professional mental health side is that we all are mind, body, soul, and spirit. And so we don't all have to have mental illness, but we all have mental wellness. That's just like our physical body. So just like we need to take care of our physical body, we get our, hopefully as women, we're doing our wellness checks for our the way our functions should be going. We do our wellness checks with our blood pressure, but we also need to do our wellness check emotionally and mentally and spiritually. And so that's where a conference can come in. It's a wellness check. That's another way to check yourself spiritually, to check yourself emotionally, to check your finances, because conferences, we've grown in our conferences. That's part of why we're doing empowerment, because one of the things, and you know this, Lady O, women are so wonderful in being the jack of all trades and master of none, because we'll do so many different things, and then we don't complete, and we don't always complete some things, and so then we get depleted. And so what I have learned, God started sharing with me for myself, and that I share with women, is that take care of you so you can take care of the things God has called you to steward over. If you're not taking care of you, then you can't be a good steward. And that means sometimes setting aside for a weekend, setting aside for a Saturday, setting aside a couple of hours and connect and invest yourself so that you can do what you want to do as a wife, as a mother. If you, and we say it a lot, you can't pour from an empty well, and that's true. But what we haven't done is learn how to tap into how to fill the well. And so when you go to a conference, you have the opportunity for God to use very gifted people in many arenas to fill your well. Another thing, Lady O, sometimes I found that some women have not even understood how depleted they are until they come to a conference.
Exactly.
I mean, some women will come in on E and thinking they own half a tank, and really when they get in that conference, they realize they've been on E. And so I think that's the benefit of coming to a conference versus just coming to church on Sunday. Bible study, those are wonderful. We need it, but this is for the sisters, okay? So, and sisters, this is our time, and you find out, lastly, Lady O, that you're not alone, because sometimes we'll think we're the only one that's struggling or have questions, and we don't know what to do. And when you come to events like the ones you have and that I have and others, you find out you're not alone.
Not alone. And the thing of it is, you don't have to be alone. You don't have to do life alone. But one of the things that I see in women, we don't want nobody to know our business. We don't want nobody to know we don't have it all together. So we come to church, we said, oh, blessed and highly favored, and you are toe up from the flow up.
Absolutely.
And I like the wording you use, the mental wellness. Because when you're coming to the conference, you're sitting inside everybody and everything and said, I'm coming to get my mental wellness together, my emotions, my spiritual, my financial, all of those things that I need to just come. It's almost like going to the doctor. You go to the doctor, you got to undress. And
come on now.
You need to undress. You can't undress in front of the men, your children, your husband.
Yes.
So when you come amongst women, I never forget when I was in high school, I used to hate to change in the locker room.
Right.
And the lady came one time, she said, we all got the same thing. So therefore, when you come to a women's conference, we are dressing because we all have the same issues, the same concerns and problems and things like that, same aspirations and goals.
Absolutely.
So come on in and don't judge anybody.
Absolutely.
Just look at helping and being helped.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So this is our time, ladies. So don't miss it. Okay. Don't miss your divine appointment.
There we go. There we go. There we go.
So we know the why. We definitely need to be there. So drop whatever you got going on. And the thing too about your conference, it's really not that long. It's from 10 to 3, right? What time is 10 to?
Oh no, it's shorter than it. Let me tell you something, lady. Our bishop believes in structure and timeliness. It is from 10 to 11:30. We have until 11:45. Okay, and no. And honestly, I laugh, but this particular one, because it's an empowerment seminar. We're calling it a conference because it is in the conference style, but it's an empowerment seminar. And so with that being said, the conference piece of it, where we're going to have the speakers such as yourself, and then we carry over on Sunday. We don't want people to be worn out on Saturday so that they don't come on Sunday. So
and
we want to get, we don't listen. What did I say? Nobody know a sister like a sister. So I already know if my sister say, I did all my church on Saturday, so I don't have to show up on Sunday. So we taking that off. We only give you 2 hours of your time, and you still can go to the baseball game, the football, whatever for your kids.
Right.
Because we want you to not only attend ours on Sunday, but also your own church home on Sunday. So we're not trying to wear you out. We're trying to build you up.
And it's not and I always tell my ladies, because my conferences are longer and we're working on shortening, but I told them, I said, look, it's not 2 or 3 days. Like we were coming through, we would go to conference, it would be 2 or 3 days. And sometimes
we were tarrying.
Like it took all them days, but back in the day it did. So I told them, I said, at least you can give a half a day, but I tell them don't miss Sunday, because Sunday is the close out. It kind of pulls that whole thing together for what you have been asking God to do on Sunday.
Absolutely.
So let's talk about your speakers that you're going to have. And I know you have one that's closing out on Sunday. And if you can, people can come. They might want to come here, but we definitely want you to go to your own church. I'm not going to get in trouble with my bishop.
Absolutely. We are not trying to do, indeed.
No. And if I didn't say it too, most of y'all know, but her bishop and my bishop are brothers. So that's why I call her sister in love.
Yes.
So,
neither one of us want to get in trouble with our bishops.
We're not going to be getting in trouble with our bishop, okay? So whatever. But we thank them for allowing us and supporting us, because some churches, the men don't support the women at all for anything. So we want to give them that honor and ask God, to continue to bless them. So let's talk about your speakers and your topics or whatever. So we know we need to come. We're going to shut it down and come. What are we going to experience when we come? What do you want the ladies to leave there with when they leave your empowerment summit?
That's very good. So what I want them to leave with from the speakers, and I'll go back and give the lineup. First, before they leave, I want them to come with something. And I want them to come with an expectation.
Okay, that's good. That's good. Okay.
Because you can leave empty-handed if you don't come with an expectation.
Woo, come on now.
I want ladies to come with an expectation that God is going to meet a need. He's going to empower you. Yes, it's going to be powerful. Yes, we're going to have the Spirit of the Lord, but God has strategically placed the speakers such as yourself. We have, I'm going to read because I don't want to mess up anything. We have Shantae Ashley, Lasagna Shantae, we call her Shantae Ashley. She's an owner and director. She's actually a therapist herself, but she has her own practice. So she's coming to speak, but she does multiple things. So she's not coming from a therapist standpoint necessarily. She's coming as a business owner.
Got it.
So she's coming and she has multiple businesses. And then as this turns out, we have your daughter in love and my niece in love coming in. Your daughter coming, and that's Lady Sherelle. She's coming. Of course, she's the founder and executive director of Beauty Mentoring. And, you know, God has used her. And I always love the fact what Sherelle does, who also serves in ministry. But she has 3 boys, your gorgeous grandsons, but she has a heart to mentor women, girls. And I think that is beautiful. That she has a family that she loves. She celebrates that she's a boy mom, but she believes in investing in the mentorship of young girls, the next generation.
I'm trying to get her to have me a little girl. She won't do
well,
it.
Listen, I got my first granddaughter. Whoop, 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 whoop. Okay, but I digress. I'm gonna come back to that, and then
I just get one granddaughter.
I'm not in that, lady. Oh, I'm gonna leave that, and then of course we have you closing us out for the seminar part. Not only, and you know this, we said you serve as such a role model for so many women, but in our family, you know, I tease you about you the older one, but it's the key is you've been the trailblazer, Lady O.
Yeah.
You've been the trailblazer for us and our family for ministry. You've been the trailblazer in our family as educator. You've been a trailblazer going back to school and get your doctorate. I have followed behind you in every step. And so you have the words of wisdom, because I know with you being a trailblazer, you've had to hit many things. You've had to have God make this clear to me, God. You've had to deal with people who didn't believe in what God was telling you. You've had to stand when it was just you and God alone. And we need that to be spoken over us for ministry, for motherhood, for mentoring, when you lose a mother, when you lose people. So Lady O, as we get, that's how we're empowered when we sit at the feet of not only Jesus, but someone who is an example of you can do this too, my sister. And so that's why we have you. I love it. Queen Mother. That's what we have in there, the Queen Mother. And the fly Queen Mother looking good. Come on, Queen Mother. Okay. And so that's the empowerment from the business, from the emotional, from the family, from a woman. A woman. And so then on Sunday, God, I will be giving a word at 8:00, and then my speaker is Crystal Berry, Minister Crystal Berry, local, and she will be giving the word at 10. And so Bishop has allowed just the women to take. We've had the brothers. Just all the brothers need to do is security in the parking lot. Okay, so
letting y'all take it over on Sunday.
Bishop is letting us take it over on Sunday. Right. So we are very excited to empower. And so when you leave empowered, leave encouraged, and leave equipped.
That's good. I love it. Well, that's what we're excited about that. And I know that we're going to be praying for all of the speakers. And I know with us praying, God is going to just take over, and you get the pieces there. So almost like making the cake, but he puts it together, stirs it up, and says,
absolutely.
Hey, this is what,
absolutely.
And this morning, Bishop was talking about in his sermon how, the plans, I know the plans I have for you.
Yeah.
And sometimes the plans we have, God said, no, this is the plans I got. Okay.
Right.
Y'all don't need to.
That was never my plan for you anyway.
That was your plan. That was you and your flesh and your belief or whatever you wanted to happen.
Yes.
But God always gets the glory, and we always yield to him. I am just really excited to come, and I was laughing about that because we've been talking about what it is that people will be calling me, and because of the fact that we will be married 50 years in April.
Oh, and, say what? Wait a minute, that's a centennial kind of thing, isn't that what they call that, centennial?
I'm telling you, I said, Lord have mercy.
He took you out the crib, huh? He took you because you.
That's been when I was first born. But when I had to stop this year and look back over the fact that we have been together most of our lives, because we're high school sweethearts, and then this May was the 50th reunion of my class, high school class, graduating from high school. So I said, oh my God, Lord, I don't feel old. And God was telling me, no, he said, I have kept you.
He has kept you.
Yes. He said, so you don't look like what you've been through. But I've taken you through all of those things now for you to look back.
Absolutely.
And so you will now be called Queen Mother.
Okay. There we go, Queen Mother. I saw that.
Y'all gonna hear the first. That's for the first time on this one, because we've been talking about what it is God wants me to do in this season of my life. And so he is transitioning some things at first met that and so it's trying to figure out, where does God want me with all the wisdom and things that you have. And I embrace that, because sometimes you think, well, I don't look like a grandmother, I don't feel like a grandmother, but I am a grandmother, and I'm old enough to be a great grandmother. Because I got 2 grown grandchildren. But I think that the thing that God is saying, that he's going to show the other women that are coming behind me, like the young people, like the Sherelles. I am to be the model. I'm not
absolutely.
But I am modeling what a godly woman is supposed to be like. And this is another thing too, that a lot of the older women don't want to take that role on.
You're right.
The 16-year-old or the 44-year-old is still wearing the tight short dresses. Come on.
Listen, let me just, I want you to finish that thought, Lady O, but we talking like you and I talk, because we sis, okay? We talk. Lady O, I have Queen Mother, God has settled my spirit, I have embraced. I am not trying to weigh or wear what I was weighing in my 30s.
Come on now.
I'm not trying to weigh what I was weighing in my 30s or 40s. I ain't trying to wear what I was weighing in my 30s and 40s. Because I make 50, knocking on 60 look good. And so I'm going to weigh what I weigh and wear what I wear for a 58-year-old. Okay? I ain't trying to do that, Lady O. Why do something that's going to weigh what I weigh and wear what I wear? Okay? As long as I'm healthy. I have been liberated for that. Look, I threw my scale away. I said, why do I keep stepping on something that makes me unhappy? Come on. Lady O, this how I'm talking. This how I am living free. Okay, he said, free you has been set free is free indeed.
Come on now. But you know what? I really want to, I'm talking about this because it really bothers my spirit to see a woman who's in her 60s dressing like she's in her 30s. Just because your body can get into it, it's not your season anymore, boo. You need to move on and let the young people be in their season. We went to a wedding last week, and this young lady that got married, she was the age of my younger children. I have a span of children from.
Yeah, you do. You got a group here and a group here.
I thought I was through it, and all of a sudden, another one. I'm like, wait a minute.
You had a whole nother set. If y'all don't know, Lady O got a set up here. She got a set right here.
Right. God played a little trick on me there. But I love my 2 sets, but I did not think I would have 2 sets of kids like that so far apart. So this young lady who got married, so we were there, and we all love, to gather for weddings and so forth. And we love to, sometimes we'll, dance a little bit or something like that. Maybe one of our little slow dances. Baby, the stuff they were doing out there on that floor. I told my husband, I said, whoa, we don't even try to sit your butt at the table, all of you people. That's not my season anymore.
Yeah.
So that's their wedding.
Yeah.
Let them enjoy it. Don't let me get out the floor.
Because we need the Epsom salt if we try to do something like that. We got to come and soak and then take some Tylenol and a heating pad.
Why did we been up broke something? You look foolish out there trying to do it and back it up and whatever. And body.
But you know what, lady, on a serious note, I will say as a therapist, what I've come to know, and I want to say this to any listening audience who may say, well, I still look good and I'm doing that. But the key, what I have found is that most women who are dressing in a different season is because they did not either enjoy or did not get to live in that season. And so because you're 60, and if you had to parent your siblings as a teenager, or if you lost your mom as a young age and you didn't have someone that was in with you in your 20s and you had to struggle and survive, so when you're 40 and 50 they feel like they're trying to go back and reclaim something that they didn't have. And so I understand the loss of that. So where I meet with women and I connect with them and we identify that, so we grieve it. Let's grieve that. I'm not going to tell you it wasn't real. I'm not going to tell you you didn't experience that. Let's grieve that so you can live now. Because you're trying to go back and recapture something you can't recapture, but it's also making you miss what you can enjoy right now. Wow. So let's grieve what we didn't have so we can enjoy what we have now. So there's some truth to why you see a lot of people going back living and dressing a certain way, because it was not something they enjoyed or they felt like they didn't get to experience.
Right. Now, see, we're going to have a little overnight retreat, like a really women's, where we sleep over somewhere and get down to that kind of stuff, because that's where, and that's what the book that I'm writing talks about. And I got to really talk to you about this more. We didn't get a chance to have our lunch this. But the book that I'm writing, and I really do need your input on that. Is talking about the little girl in us.
Yes.
So we're acting out of that little girl did not get a chance to enjoy that particular little girl.
Absolutely.
And so some of us may be stuck in the 16-year-old days where somebody or we had a baby,
absolutely.
Or in our early 20s, when the man left us, divorced us, went to somebody else.
That's
rejection.
Right.
All those things are in us, and if we don't get mentally healthy and emotionally healthy, you'll be stuck in that particular season.
Absolutely. That's it.
So those are the kind of things you have conferences, workshops.
You do. And Lady O, one of the scriptures I utilize when I'm meeting with someone, whether it's through church or just in God Heaven, because again, marketplace, I didn't get to share. So I am a professional therapist, but I also work in the school system. I'm year 27. Lord have mercy. Have mercy. Year 27. And so if you anyone on this that's on live now that you work in the school system, you do ministry and just walking in the doors with the parents, with the teachers and the students. But one of the things I say from Ecclesiastes 3, and we say it all the time, there's a season for everything. But I know in my own season of deep loss, God took me to that. And he shared how it says there's a time to laugh, there's a time that we are born and time that we die. And what God shared with me is that the orchestrator of time, gave a season to grieve. Because he said, in this lifetime, you're going to have grief hit you because you live in a fallen world. And what happens in our life is when we don't allow that season to occur, when we try to suppress it or deny it or not identify it, then it lingers. The children of Israel, when they were following Moses, and then God took Moses, and that was the only leader they knew from the desert, from the wilderness. But then when he died, God didn't just tell them, okay, y'all keep going to the promised land. He gave them a season to grieve. He gave them a season to grieve because he said, y'all got to grieve now because you got to keep walking to your next. And what happens is when we don't grieve, we can't appropriately walk to our next. And so that's another reason we want to empower. So at the close of what we're doing after you speak, we're going to do a prayer and deliverance so that we can have people be released and freed of anything that has tied them from walking to their next.
I love it. I love it. I love it. That's another reason to come. You need to bring whatever it is that you know that's you back and that just kind of keeps haunting you, where you figure out, why is it I can't move forward? Why is it I can't, get ahead? Why am I always thinking this way or feeling this way? You need to bring that on to us and help you get relieved of
absolutely.
So you can move to your next.
Move to your next. Yes.
You can go to your next. It's like being retained in school, and nobody wants to be in the same grade every year.
I'm trying to tell you. And then, Lady O, let's talk real like you talk. After coming through what we've had to go through 2020, 2021, and the beginning of 22, I think it's time for some next, right?
Yeah.
Why we need to move from just surviving to thriving. Stop just staying where you've been. Let's go where God has for you to go. And so we want to empower and sit at the feet of women like yourself and know that life will give us challenges, obstacles, but we are already victorious. The only race that's not won is the race that's not started.
Ooh, Jesus. Oh my goodness.
Well, you know what? That was a tweet for myself. That was a download from the Holy Ghost. I felt that with myself, Lady O.
Not begun. What you say? Race is not
I say the only race that's not won is the race that's not started. Somebody, one of my people, remember that for me, because that was the Lord.
That's what happens to me. The Lord be giving you this stuff, and then the next day you be like, what did God say?
What did I say? What did he say? I know. So it was meant for somebody that's watching. That's it. That's all I can say. It was
meant for someone. And I think that everything that you're saying, and the people on First Met can relate, because that's all Bishop's been talking about is next. What's next?
See, I saw somebody put that on there. What's next?
And it's a part of our theme too. And next, we're getting ready to go into our new building.
Praise God.
And so he's been talking about the children of Israel, how they were wandering through, they couldn't get in because they were grumbling.
Oh my gosh!
God had to sit them out for a little while to, how you put kids in time out, let them think about it, get better. But I think though, in getting back to what you just said so much here as I was sitting here listening to you, I was trying to write it down so I wouldn't forget. But I think when women, we go through so much, okay? And men may say, oh, y'all not. Yes, we do.
Mm-hmm.
The number one thing we go through so much is with y'all, with men. We love but can I just keep it real?
You the queen mother. I'm letting you say it. You the queen mother. I'm bowing and letting you say that.
So, a lot of it is really, oh my God, it's a lot of it because we really love our men. Mm-hmm. We really want the best for them. And we know that they're trying to be the best man that they can be. But life, it's a lot on our men to be the men, because they're supposed to be those people who God holds responsible for it. So I tell Bishop all the time, I said, when God was talks about Eve, I said, but he called Adam. He didn't say, Eve, where are you? He said, Adam, where are you? Because you're the responsible one. So when you're the responsible one, there's a lot of on your brain and on your mind.
Absolutely.
That to be perfect and to please God and to be the one that, we got the money, we got the house, we got the car, we got all this stuff, everybody together. Okay, Dad is supposed to make sure everything's together. So what Mother does, and it's just a mother in us, we go to make sure that anything that's not together, we're going to make it together.
Right. And not let Daddy look bad at the same time.
We don't let Daddy look bad.
Come on. Yeah. We got to let Daddy look bad. Yeah.
Yeah. Even if he don't want us to be doing it, we do it anyway. Because that's just the mothering part of us that God gave us. And so sometimes I'll tell Bishop all the time, I said, you are the hardest person to help. Because he said, you supposed to be help. You're the hardest person to help. Because it's like the little kid said, I don't need no help. I can ride the bicycle. Then you go, boom.
And they falling. Right.
And so the mama's going behind, kind of running, because not that they want to be, mean or, try to make them look bad. They just really want to make sure.
Well, we're nurturers. We believe in we're nurturers. We're going to take care of. We're going to take care of our children. We're going to take care of our husbands. We're going to take care of our elderly. We're going to take care of our sister. But we need that same view of taking care of ourselves. My ladies hear me say all the time, God help me understand I am the daughter of a king. And because I'm the daughter of the king, his spirit resides in me.
Wow.
I don't give God glory when I'm looking jacked up to the floor up.
Right.
I don't give him glory when I'm depleted.
Yeah.
I have to take care of myself so that I can be useful for the kingdom. So and that don't mean faking it, because I move past faking until I make it. It's I don't mind saying, God, I need your help. God, I need your strength. God, I need it. And so by saying that, it's giving permission to be vulnerable. And that, Lady O, is where we struggle.
Yeah. Okay, let's go right there, right, man. That's how young of a woman. Let's just kind of keep it real here, because number one, we don't want nobody to know we struggle.
Yes.
You know, we don't want nobody to know that we are not keeping the kids together, and our home is not together, and our husband is not together. All these things that we try to struggle, we don't want anybody to know.
We don't want them to know.
Superwoman with this big S on our chest, Superwoman.
Yes.
And I can always make it better, but there will come things in your life when you can make it better. You know, it may be your child that you've tried everything in the world and they still end up having something go wrong. Well, it could be mental.
That's right. That's right.
You know, my heart goes out for people who have children who have mental illnesses, because nothing you can do.
Yeah.
You know, you can be a mother, but you cannot be a therapist.
Absolutely.
You can be a doctor.
Absolutely.
And so you want to fix everything, but you can't.
That's it. That's it. It's the fix it.
Yeah, the fixer. You want your marriage to be perfect or be like somebody else's, when in reality, you cannot fix the marriage yourself.
Absolutely.
You have two people who are willing to let God bring them together. You know, I did some marriage counseling, and I was telling the couple I was counseling on Wednesday, I said, if the husband doesn't want it, I'm wasting my time.
Absolutely.
I said, I cannot make this marriage whole if he is not willing to come to counseling, if he is still doing the things that we told him, ask him not to do. And so it takes two to get in there, and it takes God to do a supernatural thing.
Absolutely.
To become one.
Absolutely.
So I think getting back to the vulnerability of women, it's okay.
Yeah.
If your child went to jail, you know, it's okay if your marriage is not doing whatever it's supposed to do.
Right.
But if you don't come out and ask for help, like mentors, that's why I said that you have different ages of people.
Right.
So you can see it from
absolutely. That's exactly why. Exactly.
But you can see it from a mature
Absolutely. That's exactly why. Exactly. Yeah. Lady O, I want to say this real quick, because I know our time is, but you know, you and I can just go on. But I wanted to share this about the vulnerability, and because it takes, I want to say this to whoever's listening and whoever is, it takes courage to be vulnerable. And you are not weak when you're vulnerable. And God shared this with me some time ago as he was reframing my whole mindset and sharing my own testimonies of struggling with depression and infertility and things that I had to go through. And the enemy tried to use it as a shame and a lockdown on my mouth. And so but God helped me stand of the black woman in particular. All women of color have some history, but nobody has a history like the African American, the black woman. The only women that were sold, our children were sold, our husbands were sold, we were misused, mishandled by owners. We were raped, we were molested. We had women who sold us out to sleep with their husband. That's our history. And God shared with me, with all of that, when women were, when Master took the woman and slept with her and pregnant, he took the child and all that was happening, they didn't judge each other. They went there and said, Master took me last week. Let me clean you up. Master took my child last week. Let me clean you up. They were squatting in the fields with the sisters when they were having their babies. They were there vulnerable, naked and ashamed, because they said, what he did to you, he did to me. That's the sisterhood we need to get back to. That's why I said nobody knows a sister like a sister. Nobody has the history like we as Black women. And if we embrace what we made it through, then we can be vulnerable what we're going through.
Wow, you better speak. Well, you know what? I mean, when you just said so much that was very rich in what you just said. But I think, like you said, our history is not like any other woman.
Like, no, God shared that with me. Nobody has a history like us.
Like
nobody.
Black women.
Nobody.
And even in the midst of all of the stuff that's pushed us back and pushed us down, still I what?
Still I rise. Come on. Still I rise.
Still I rise, and to be so successful with what all we're doing and what we've been through, and how our families and things are, we've got them together, because there's been aunties and grandmamas raising kids and being the head of families when the Black man couldn't do it for whatever reason, or wouldn't do it for some of the reasons.
Right.
But listen, I think the naked and unashamed too is another thing I want us to get back to, because we're not friends like we used to be. I mean, we talk around each other, but it's kind of shallow, and it's kind of like a facade or facade.
It's a facade.
And that's why I tell people, just get real.
Very surface. It's very surface.
Very surface, flaky, like it's really not real, whatever. But if you could be a mentor to somebody where they could get naked before you and knew you weren't going to take it nowhere, knew you were going to clean them up, like you said, come on, baby, I can do that. You know, that's what I'm talking about. If you could be not only vulnerable to do that, but if you can be the midwife, if you can
That's it. Oh, now you talking my thing right there, the midwife. Come on. I'm going to say push.
Midwife, you know? Can you, help me push, help me deliver this baby, instead of you out there still in the nightclub and you 65 years old. I'm looking for you right now to help me deliver my baby.
That's it.
They need us.
That's
we can't be out there doing what they're doing right now. They need us to have grown up and been there, done that, and help them push.
Absolutely.
Conferences are so really important. So listen, I can't wait for the conference. I'm so
excited. I am so excited, Lady O, for what you're getting ready to bring. Yes, ma'am. Okay, I hope I did everything.
Where is your
and it's free. It is free.
That's right.
Free.
I want to make sure it's free. I know. We got to say it's free. There's no charge. So you come on. Charge. Bring your friends, your family, and the ages. You can bring teenagers. Is that right? Or
absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay.
They can go to the website, and if it's not, I don't know if Tisha's putting it in here, but they can go to New Destiny website. We just want you to register, please, so we can have an idea of the expectation on the number of women.
It's New Destiny
PWC.org.
Yes,
there we go.
And so go there and get all the other information. There's just so much we couldn't give, but what she does need you to go and register, so that it's not a charge, but they need to know, are they preparing for 20 women? Or are they preparing for 200? You know?
Yes, ma'am.
They just kind of need to know, so they
go 200 in the spirit.
I speak those things. Now, so do the women, I know it's going to start at 10, so they need to go ahead and eat breakfast before they come.
We're going to have... Listen, people. Nobody knows a sister like a sister. It is continental. We not doing, so what continental mean? You getting some nanas, you getting some muffins, you getting some juice and coffee.
That's it.
We're not gonna have y'all starving, but your belly ain't gonna be full. You'll have some nourishment. Okay.
Yeah, we're not gonna have and we don't need all that anyway. I tell my people,
it's free 99, but it's costing the church something. Okay, so I keep it real.
So now also give me the location to where your office is in case someone needs to. You counsel all families, women, children? What do you? Who do you counsel?
I typically I'm mainly in women. I do my I have a website. It's Pamela Ogletree Counseling Services. Unfortunately, the reality is I am booked, sis. I have no availability. However, I do still want women to contact me because I have colleagues that I work with that I give referrals to. We're in a very challenging lifestyle season, people, but I'm grateful because more people are willing to get help and they're willing. And so, and there's not a lot of women of color. And then there's not a lot of women of faith-based. So because I'm faith-based and I'm color, and so that means when my books fill up, they fill up,
They fill up.
They do,
I can't there to get my own little session going on. I have to, I have to take a little something. Look here.
I've been trying to get. We started in May trying to get together, sis. We've been trying to get together in May.
We're gonna get it. But listen, though, I wanted to have the ladies to know that because even if, like I said, if you're full, you can
absolutely. Please do. Please do. Please reach out. Absolutely.
And it's different now. What I do, I do some counseling too, but I don't have a business, but I'm getting ready to start my consulting business. So
come on. Two snaps.
Look here, let me tell you what I told my sister-in-law. I said, listen, what's the difference between counseling and consulting? And she said, I give out medication. She said, I deal with
and mental illness. And she said, that ain't with me.
That ain't me. I said, I'm not.
That's not all I deal with, ladies. So I want y'all to know. I know. But my sister said, she was like, no, that's not what I want to do.
No, I'm a consult. So I'm going to do my marriage consulting, and a lot of mine I deal with people who have a depression and stuff like that too. Yeah. But I can't give you no medication.
Yeah.
And that kind of stuff. And when you're in the field like Dr. Pam is, she can give you medication, and I don't want to deal with that. But anyway, that's going to be, my focus, and I kind of share that with you. I'm excited about it because
I'm very excited for you.
We need to, and then also too, your counseling is not free. There is a charge, and I want to tell people, folks, you need to pay. Tell them about the payment. Black folks don't want to pay. They want to come up and take an hour of your time and not give you a dime.
Yeah. And the Lord freed me from that because I did that free ministry for a while, and I will serve. However, that's Dr. Pam's gifting, and he said my gift will make room for me. Don't come in there when you got nails that cost you $75 and hair and bundles that cost you $200, and you want to give me $40. Something ain't right with that. Because I'm trying to keep your mind right so your nails and your hair look good. Okay, so somebody, come on, give me an amen on that. Help the sister out.
But I'm serious about that because we as women, we want to pay for everything else. We want to nickel and dime the Lord.
Yeah.
Or we want to nickel and dime the Lord.
Or his servants.
And this is more important for you than your doggone hair and nails. Because if you got hair and nails and you crazy as a Bessie bug and you depressed,
come on.
You ain't about nothing. So
because then that hair be walking around twisted. You be on the freeway, your hair be twisted this way, and your nails be broke off, and they be like, "What happened?" She didn't want to pay for her therapy.
Didn't want to pay for her therapy. Tell the sister, hey girl, you're gonna need a little therapy. I get your therapy.
Get your therapy.
Take your therapy. Take your medication, whatever you take for high blood pressure, schizophrenia, whatever your situation is. That's why I told the guy one time he's schizophrenic. He said he didn't want to take his medicine. I said, look, I'm diabetic. I'll take my medicine. You take yours. I take mine.
We'll be all right.
But listen, I want to just give thank you so much, Dr. Pam, for coming. And we're going to be there to get what God has for us. We're praying for you. Thank you. Want to just thank you for coming on Tea Talk and sharing with us. It's been amazing.
This has been wonderful. I had a good time, Lady O. Thank you so much. Thank you, ladies, for allowing me this opportunity and for your support team. Thank you. For my team that are on, thank you. We look forward to seeing you next Saturday at 10 o'clock.
Exactly. And what I want you to do now, ladies, is start sharing this. If you're on Facebook, put it on your Facebook page and then start sharing it to your friends, to your groups, to all of those places that you can so that people can be there. And then we have a couple of announcements that we need to make before we hang up. For First Med, we have our word encounter this Wednesday. And so we have it's going to be two places. So you can come in person, or you can get on the Zoom. And so it's online at 7 p.m. And you can go to our website as well and find out more information about it, or just come. If you go on First Met Live, that's our online platform. And so if you go to First Met Live, you'll be able to hear it at 7 o'clock this Wednesday. And if you want to come out, it's nothing like being in the presence. But I know some people are still a little hesitant about it with COVID, and it's nighttime too. So we understand that, but we don't want you to miss this encounter with the Word of God. So be there at First Met. And then also we have an upcoming, we want to invite all of you ladies to Breast Cancer Month is coming up in October. So we have a breast cancer awareness breakfast, and it's October 22nd from 9 to 11:30. I would like for you ladies to set aside this time to come out and encourage a sister who's gone through breast cancers, the survivors. Some are still going through. They need the support of you. And if you are a breast cancer survivor, we want to honor you. So if you know somebody who is a breast cancer survivor, give us the name. We want to send them an invite out, and we want to honor them. You know, it's a lot of things that women go through that is very sometimes humiliating, debilitating, and just really harmful and hurtful. And breast cancer is one that, and Black people, Black women have the highest rate of breast cancer. So can we just come out and support another sister who's gone through? Can we come out and just say to another sister, I'm going through, I don't know what this is all about, get some help, connect with somebody else, right? So listen, my time is up. And like I told you, it was going to be a great show. And each Sunday at 3 with Tea with Lady O, you can have some more wonderful topics. So I will see you next week at 3.